when that tough guy Mike Tyson comes out, when it's not necessary to come out, I'm always in handcuffs. Listen, and it's unfortunately I have to fight and be that guy. I wish I could stop that guy. That guy haunts me.
Mike Tyson just dropped a surprise and given Jake Paul a final warning that has the entire fight world buzzing. With their big fight of the eras just around the corner, fans are losing their minds. The buzz for November 15th, 2024 at T Arena is through the roof, and Tyson just cranked it up even more. He straight up warned Jake Paul that the lunatic is coming out and he's ready to end Jake's entire career in seconds. Tyson's not just fighting for fun, he's on a mission to stop Jake's influencer boxing pranks, which he says are contaminating the sport, and he's fed up. Tyson's taking one for the team, and he's not holding back. He said it himself, when I step into that ring, it's not just a fight, it's a reckoning. Jake better be ready, because I'm coming to finish this once and for all. So the question is, can Jake survive Iron Mike's anger? Or, well, let's break it down. Mike Tyson didn't just stop at a warning, he went all in on an episode of Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, where he revealed his unvarnished view on his forthcoming highly comeback. Get this, Tyson was all business, and he laid out exactly why Jake Paul should be cowering in his boots. You could practically feel the tension in the room as Tyson sent Jake a final warning to the problem child. And here's the thing, this isn't just hype. Even Jake's own brother Logan was rattled to the bone, and for a good reason. Anyone who knows anything about boxing knows that stepping into the ring with Iron Mike is a decision you might not walk away from. Logan's fear for his brother says this fight could end very badly for Jake. Now Tyson broke it all down and gave the fight world insight into the mind of a true boxing legend. He didn't just throw out empty threats, he came in prepared and pointed out every single weakness of Jake's that he plans to exploit in the ring. Tyson made it clear that he's done his homework and he's not leaving anything to chance. The man's got it. Bison is not just stepping into the ring for a nostalgia trip, he is coming to win. And he has a game plan that has been refined over decades of expertise.
I already gave him his warning. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does.
Now Jake may be used to playing mind games, but Tyson simply changed the script and turned the tables. I mean, boxing. Legend is no stranger to the psychological aspects of boxing, and he's using them to his best advantage. He's made sure that Jake knows just how prepared he is, and that's enough to get inside anyone's head. Mike's all like, I've been watching, studying, and I know exactly where to hit. Jake's got talent, but he's never faced anything like me. When we get in that ring, all his tricks are going to fall apart. Imagine being Jake Paul right now, knowing that Tyson's got a strategy tailor-made to dismantle him piece by piece. Tyson has been a master of this game for decades, and is showing that he still has what it takes to dominate. Jake may have defeated his prior opponents, but Tyson is on a totally different level. The man has been through wars in the ring, fought the best, and came out on top. Now he's setting his sights on Jake, and he's not just looking for a win, he's wanting to make a statement. Mike Tyson has everything on control and has made it plain that he is ready for whatever Jake Paul throws at him. Tyson is not simply talking the talk, he has decades of experience backing him up. No matter what Jake brings into the ring, Tyson will be prepared with a game plan that leaves no room for mistakes. Tyson's playing some serious mind games, and he's got Jake exactly where he wants him. Speaking of which, mind games and bad talk are basically the secret say of boxing. It's not just about what happens when the bell rings, it's about getting into your opponent's heat way before the fight even starts. Planting that seed of doubt is half the fight right there. Paul knows this better than anyone. Jake's built his whole persona on being the loudest, most confident guy in the room. Over the years, he's made a career out of calling out every boxing legend, and their grandmothers too. The guy's got a PhD in trash talk. The problem child is not just a boxer, he's a master at getting under his opponent's skin. Whether it's with his wild social media antics, press conference stunts, or face-to-face encounters, this guy knows how to push the correct buttons, and we saw him trying to do just that when he and Tyson went head-to-head at the news conference on August 18th. Remember that heated meetup in New York City? Jake wasn't just throwing words around, he was trying to make Tyson doubt himself, trying to rattle the famous Iron Mike. But let's be honest, when you're up against a beast like Tyson, these mind games barely make a dent. Tyson's been in this game too long to be fooled by some trash talk. He's faced some of the biggest trash talkers in history and still came out on top. Mike knows boxing inside and out. He's seen more in the ring than most of us can possibly conceive. Jake's methods may work on some, but Tyson, when looks at Jake, he doesn't sense a threat. Instead, he sees a youngster trying to play a game that is much out of his league. Jake may be known for his big mouth and even bigger confidence, but that won't cut it. When you're looking down the baddest man on the planet, let's not forget that Tyson's been in the ring with legends, and he's not just survived, he's dominated. So when Jake tries to bring that same trash talk to Tyson, it's like bringing a water gun to a gunfight. Iron Mike has seen it all before, and he's not falling for it at that recent press meeting. You could see Jake trying to get under Tyson's skin, throwing out all the classic Paul lines.
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt?
But Tyson didn't flinch. He's been through far tougher fights and faced down opponents who've done more than just talk. In fact, Tyson's calm and collected answer probably shook Jake more than anything Jake could have said. When you've got a legend like Tyson on the other side of the ring, that confidence starts to look a little shaky. Mind games are a huge part of boxing, and Jake's been killing it in that department for years. But this time, he might have met his match. Paul's face at that press conference, the guy was sweating bullets, and it was obvious he was grasping at straws. Every time he grabbed the mic, it was like he was just blabbering out whatever popped into his head without even thinking it through. He wasn't cool or collected. He was just spouting nonsense trying to hype himself up, but it wasn't working. Jake was clearly rattled, and it was clear he was feeling the heat of standing next to a legend like Mike Tyson. And then Jake blazed out at the crowd, insulting New York, as if it was somehow their fault he was losing the room. That right there is when you know Jake has hit his breaking. The guy was done. He wasn't taking the pressure, and it was painfully clear.
Two, I'm getting ready for you.
Let's talk about Jake Paul. He's got a handful of knockout wins, but none of them were against someone like Tyson. Jake has fought other YouTubers and retired athletes, not seasoned pros with decades of experience. So this battle is a very other ballgame. Tyson is not just a hero, he's a powerhouse, and Jake's skills are about to face the ultimate test. The odds are stacked, and let's be honest, Jake is heading into the ring with a big target on his back. Here's where it gets even worse for Jake. This fight is a lose situation. The only thing he truly gets out of it is fame and a big income. If Jake somehow manages to win, people will just say he beat a legend who's hitting 60, which isn't exactly the stuff of heroic comebacks, right? It's like winning a race against someone who's way past their prime. No one's going to give him any extra points for that. But if Jake loses, that's even worse. He'll go down as the guy who couldn't beat a 58-year-old athlete who's had his share of health, which is a bad look for someone who's built his career on being unstoppable. So yeah, this fight isn't just a matchup, but a reality check for Jake Paul. I guess we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. So what are your thoughts? Mike Tyson's final warning to Jake Paul. Fill the comment section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the station for more boxing news. See you in the next move.